Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to you. So good day and good evening. I hope you're well. Hello there Jason, hello there Gumdio. It's Tuesday evening, which I'm sure you was already aware without me announcing it to you. But we're on Tuesday and we're going to relax, sit back with a couple of hours of ZX Spectrum streaming, which I'm sure you guessed as well from the title. It's all very relaxed here, as you know. It's not all about expert gameplay, but just a little bit of chilling, having a bit of chat and kicking the evening away and forgetting about the day's stresses. So as usual, I've got a selection of random games here for you, which I'll announce in a second. As a second visit to the ZX Spectrum we've had this week, of course, there was one on Monday, and we also fitted in a late night Atari 2600 stream, which you may or may not have seen. All going well, we might jump in and do another stream later on. Well, it is scheduled. We'll look at a few stinkers and go for an hour and a half, just depending on how many people there are there. Hello, Lemmy. Hope you're well, sir. So, yes, what games are we looking at this time? Well, we start off generally quite gentle off. Yesterday we started off a Goltman, and we're starting in a similar vein here. Hi, Julie. We're going to be looking at Gobbleman by Arctic Computers. It's a maze game from '82, the same year as Goltman is Gobbleman, influenced by Pac-Man, of course. Then we're looking at a Berserk clone, Horace and the Robots, from Reptilia Design in 2017, written by Steve Snake, which is fantastic. Hi there, Dave. Then Plunder, we might be there for a little while. I've been talking about that a little while. Plunder from 1983, where you control a boat round a map trying to stop gold, but it'll all become apparent if you haven't seen that already. Then a Breakout clone called Impact from 1988. Then we go into the second half of the evening. Now, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to handle the music on this one, so we might be hit there a while or not. It's a bit of a reworking of Burger Time. This one's called Bear Bother from Arctic Computing again from '83. Then we jump into Zigzag, a maze game, a bit like, I suppose, 3D Pac-Man we look at briefly by DK Tronics, but you have to get these creatures called scarabags to get a code to unlock different bits of the map. Then it's, what is it on my list here? Yes, we're back to homebrew territory with Turbo Mania, an older homebrew from 2005 from Jonathan Caldwell. We control a car round a maze. And then we're going to finish up, time permitting, on Zynaps from Houston Consultants, a rather splendid horizontal shooter. So let's get Gobbleman into the can, where he has to gobble stuff up. Hurrah! Now, you might have had this one back in the day. You might have had a similar Pac-Man game. I'm going to be doing this on the keys. Keys are Q, A, O and P. So yay for Zigzag. Yeah, I thought that would please you. I'm sort of okay on that game without being super brilliant, but hopefully we can track down a couple of the creatures and unlock bits of the map. But this is all about Gobbleman. So how close does it come to Pac-Man? Well, we'll soon see by stop. Some music there, right. Oh my word, that come at me very, very quickly. I didn't have any chance at all there. Hey, this is a bit tricky, isn't it? Man alive. Perhaps we won't be here very long at all. Right, okay, so I lost a load of lives by the time it all started. I'm sure that was just a random. But it moves okay. It's a little bit basic, but it is 1982. Oh, keep moving, Nicky. These are in hot pursuits. I think it's a bit random whether you get onto this or not. It's a little bit lucky at the start there, so you can't hang about. It's a little bit unfair, this game. I can see straight away. Been a while since I played it. Man, that was very, very quick. If you imagine that in the the arcades, that would be very, very quick. Now I'm just going to check if it's on the right speed. It is on the right speed. There we go. I just had to check that. That was crazy, wasn't it? So this is Gobbleman, and he will gobble you up straight away. Right, come on, Nick. Let's get a bit lucky. Maybe if I don't move straight away. Boo. Right, so yeah, don't move straight away. Let them get away. But I'm not even confident of completing a single maze here. Right, that's got them. So they don't really flash too much either. It's sort of like using the inverse button, I think, in the coding. Right, if I can do even one stage here, I'll be absolutely delighted. So it's a lot harder than Goltman, I think you would agree there. Lots harder. There's another one called Macman. This is probably the toughest one I've seen, the fastest one I've seen, that is for sure. Generally, we like to start off with a gentle game, but this doesn't start it off gentle, have we? So it was a commercial release as far as I'm aware, Arctic Computing in 1982. Okay, what is your favourite Pac-Man game? Have we come to it already? Covered quite a lot of Pac-Man clones on the channel, I must admit. Right. Go. Oh my word. Oh my word, my word. Right, so we've gone half of the screen. I don't know any pokes for this game. I'm sure there's some pokes available, but I haven't written them down because I thought, oh man, I thought it'd be Pac-Man, so I'd complete the game quite easily. Right, let's get round here. Whoa. Now, if you had this one back in the day, let me know. It's probably got a number of mazes, but they haven't even tried to disguise this different from Pac-Man. He's exactly the same colour, isn't he? Exactly the same graphic as well. And whenever you get killed, it seems like someone's ringing on the telephone, as Blondie sung, did they? You got me hanging on the telephone. Right, okay. So, thank you for joining me for this live stream. We're starting off on Gobbleman, which you sort of like know. And then, if you're a Horace fan, you might not know of the next game we're going to look at. It's, you know Horace from Horace and the Spiders, Hungry Horace and Horace Goes Skiing? Well, there's quite a lot of homebrews about, and we're going to be looking at Horace and the Robots, which is a take on Berserk, a game we recently reviewed on the Atari 2600, where you're going through a maze trying to avoid robots, and this time Horace can actually shoot, so it's Horace with a gun. How about that then? About time he had some firepower, isn't it? About time he had some firepower. There's a lot of ghosts going around on this maze. I think that's what's making it super tricky. Don't think I'm going to complete this anytime soon, but let's see if I can complete at least a bit of it. Good evening, Phil. Hope you are well, sir. This game is Gobbleman from 1982. Right, okay. All about ease and stress, as we know, so hopefully it's doing that for you. If you've had a busy day, we're going to kick back for at least a couple of hours. Well, I was going to relax for a couple of hours, but I didn't realise this game was so difficult. Super fast. Look at the speed of those ghosts. I mean, I think they've been eating all the power pills, haven't they? I don't think there's any AI on these ghosts. They're just going around at random, so maybe I can use that as my advantage. If you just stay still, sometimes they will just miss you completely. Yeah, that's it. So don't bother running away from the ghosts. Just try and go where they're not going. That seems to be the good system. Right, now Atari Soft did the official clone of Pac-Man. He's done it. We've done an effect there. Nick should definitely go on TikTok. Elfboy, I am on TikTok. I did an account there. I didn't really understand it too much, but I think there's about 2 or 3 videos there. One Stormtrooper one and stuff like that. I keep meaning to go on it again, see if I can break in with stuff. But yeah, I'd like to do something. Yeah. Hi Tom, hope you're doing well, sir. Oh my word, I've been hit by another ghost. Oh, there is a dance video. That was one of the videos I did. I recorded, well, it was a bit of a cheat really. I recorded a segment of the dance video I'd already put on YouTube and put that up. But it seems like the place where I could probably do a few more. The thing with TikTok is I felt a bit old on that site. Everyone seemed a bit, well, I say everyone, the videos that are being promoted seem a bit young. I don't know if that's the general demographic anyway. It might be the ones that they just might promote the cool kids, I suppose. Yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting. Right, so I think I'm getting the hang of this now. The second maze seems very similar to the first maze, doesn't it? Oh man. Football on tonight. Is there any football on tonight where someone might steal my bandwidth? Not sure about that. Man United were on yesterday. Let's just hide here for a bit. The ghosts don't seem to come here. All the red pills are up there. Right, we're going for it. Right, that doesn't come up there. Right, that ghost isn't going there. Let's just hide. This is a bit like Alien Isolation, where you think the enemy might turn up at any point. Right, I've got it. 2 mazes done. Is it going to be another one? We need to click clock for slightly. Yeah, we do. Click clock. I would like that. Someone make click clock. It's the same maze each time on this, isn't it? So this game I'm not overly impressed with. It moves super fast. It's very, very tricky first of all, but you're not really rewarded that much because it seems to be a very similar or identical maze each time. What's got Chelsea fans out there? Yeah, so Atari Soft did the official cloners, and they also did Miss Pac-Man. I'd go for that before this one for sure, but it's okay. It does a sort of like job really. If a kid was looking for Pac-Man back in the day and got this, they would recognise it as Pac-Man, that is for sure. But it's just so darn fast, isn't it? Once you've got a ghost on your tail, you've pretty much had it really. I think we'll have another go, but we did a few mazes. Nick, I'm putting my name in, but it doesn't save it. Yeah. Gah. I could though, couldn't I? Change the passwords on the router. Yeah. Anyway, as long as we're doing 8-bit, we seem to be okay at the moment, I think. I think the less information on the screen, that gives us a bit of a chance. You've got the bandwidth of the screen, and then my voice as well. And yeah, and then the ups and downs of the internet speed also. But you know, one day this will all be ancient history, and we'll look back at this and say, Nick, do you remember when you couldn't, when you could only sort of like live stream ZX Spectrum games, and you couldn't do VR games? And I said, oh right, I don't remember that. And I said, look, there's somewhere. We tend to look at about time permit. We tend to look at about 8 games in each stream. Sometimes a little bit more. So it gives me a bit of an idea on the speed of the thing. Oh man, sometimes we can't stay with a game that long though if it's infuriating. Like we had a look at Tapper the other day, didn't we? And the music was causing you big trouble on your old eardrums, so we had to get out of there quite quickly. I'd looked at Tapper on the Commodore 64 as well in a sort of like a test on my own at home. That was okay, but there's no reason why the Spectrum can't do good music. But that and I don't know if you're familiar with the Goonies game I reviewed a few months ago now. That the music on that was really great in as well. I don't know what they're up to sometimes, but yeah, Arctic Computing made this one. We're going to look at another one from Arctic Computing a bit later on, which is a bit more advanced than this, called Bear Bother, where you control, a bear really, and he must get batteries into his car by walking over them, dropping the levels, a bit like Burger Time, except it's batteries instead of burgers. I think burgers are more exciting than batteries, but what do I know? Arctic probably knew what they was up to. Maybe they had to deal with a battery company. Right, there we go. He's done it again. He's done it again. Oh man, I do like the sounds the Spectrum kicks out. I mean, I did say I like the sounds that the Atari 2600 kicks out, and I do. I do like, back in this day, every computer was original, wasn't it, really? You can sort of like tell it had its own sort of like characteristics, whether it be the Commodore 64, the Amstrad CPC, and all those sort of ones. Nowadays, it's getting a little bit tricky to distinguish between Xbox and PlayStation and PC, unless you're an actual expert. The sounds are all more or less the same, the graphics are very, very similar, and you know, it's only if you're right up to the screen with a magnifying glass you'll notice the difference. But if you saw this, you'd look at the colours and think, yeah, that's definitely the ZX Spectrum. You know, and you can just tell from the screenshots, can't you? Really? Yeah. Right. These ghosts haven't got names, I don't think. You might want to call them names if you want to. I won't call them names. The ghosts are private dancers. They might be, Tom. That is quite right. But you know, back in the day, you're right. The BBC Micro, they all had their separate sounds, didn't they? Always used slightly different sound chips. Right. And it, you know, when Pac-Man's going along, it hasn't got the wacka wacka noises of the original Pac-Man. It does feel like if you just turned on the computer and had the cursor sounds also. But you know, it's my favourite era, the early 80s, when there was so much variety around and so much ingenuity. Now people just, or companies, they have to, don't they? Just go where the money is, because it just costs so much money to actually produce a game. And that's why the AAA titles now, you're looking at about, what, £60-70 for the big ones, although they do tend to go down in price quite big. You never would have got that on a ZX Spectrum. I used to think $9.99 was quite steep for a ZX Spectrum game, but I think back in the day that sort of thing could buy a house, couldn't it? Maybe I'm remembering it slightly wrong, but you know. It's been a bit of a gaming revolution, hasn't there, in our sort of like age time where things have come. Right. There is versions of Pac-Man, but it has to be all 3D now and online, all that sort of machismo. Right. So I'm not sure how long back in the day it took to actually code Pac-Man. Yeah, but you're quite right, Gumdio. They just they can't take the risk now when there's so many people involved. Spectrum games would be one person, like i.e. Matt Smith in his bedroom doing Manic Miner. You're never going to get one person in their bedroom that comes up with a game like Fortnite, are you? Now that's never ever going to happen. Oops, we're in trouble. Right, we're giving him the slip. Keep going, Gobbleman. It's not Pac-Man, it's Gobbleman. Right, we need them to go in the right direction here. They're not playing ball, these ghosts. Oh man, that one's got a bit of a complex. Go somewhere else, ghosties. Right. Oh look, I just had one left now. Is that my last life? I bet it is. It was my last life as well. Right, we'll have one last go on this because, well, it's got that sort of level of addictiveness on it, hasn't it? And then we'll have a look at good old Horace. I do like Horace. My favourite Horace game is still Horace and the Spiders, but some of these homebrews are pretty special as well. I don't know if you've seen Merry Christmas from Horace. If we're still doing live streams at Christmas, which hopefully I am if I can get it supported, we will look at a lot of Christmas games as well. Santa's Christmas Capers. But Nick, why are you talking about Christmas for, you nincompoop? It's still July. Let's not worry about that quite yet. Right, go. If you're enjoying watching the channel, I think looking at you, everyone that's there, I think you're all subscribers anyway. But I'll say it in case people are watching, not in the chat section. If you're liking watching the channel and you want to help it grow, there is, please subscribe. That's what I would say. It builds up the numbers and helps the channel look popular. If you want to help it a bit more, you haven't already done so, of course, there's memberships. We start off very low, $1.99. I think I'm worth that. It's works out about 4 to 5 pence a video. And for that, you get certain perks, although I might bring in a few more at some point, where the main perk is you get to see what videos are going up on the channel in the following week, and you get access to the members section if you want to send me a personal message or something like that and don't want anyone else to see it, apart from other members, of course. There we go. Right, so it's red dots. They always stay red. They always stay blue. Hi, Rozzy. Hope you're doing well, sir. As we play Gobbleman, the first game of this evening. But we'll give this a couple of more minutes, or the end of this go, then we'll zip into game number 2. Or as they say in Spain, DOS. I think that was an operating system on the Amiga as well. Oh no, not on the Amiga, was it? It might be on the Amiga, but definitely on the PC as well. Nick, you're talking rubbish again. Well, that's what I'm here for. Yes. I won't take too much sense. I was reading about a disease the other day, just making it all fun. I'm not sure if I've got it. It's people that make odd connections between things, and I think I might have it. You don't make the obvious connection, and suddenly you're off on a tangent, talking about something completely different. So, because when I said the word tangent, I automatically thought about tangerines, and I could start talking about fruit. So, you know, it's that sort of thing. It came with the letter A, that disease, but I might have to look it up to see if, in fact, I have got it. Excellent. It's okay if you can control it, which I think I can, because then you can use it to your advantage, which I think that's what I'm going to try and do. Hooray! Hooray, hooray, hooray. Anyway, the human brain, it's a bit odd, isn't it? I don't think they'll ever understand fully what makes it work. Yeah, okay, right. Oh, see, I've got kabooted again. Right, okay, let's move around here. Oh dear, right, game over. So yep, that was introducing us. That originally came out on the 16K, that one, but I'm emulating it on 48K. Gobbleman from Art and Computing from 1982. So that was us early in the 80s. Now the zip up to homebrew territory, 2017. We want to see a maze game. We want to see a game a bit like Berserk, but we want to see Horace in it. So what we need really is Horace and the robots. It could have been Horace Goes Berserk, but they've done Horace and the robots. So let's put that in. Okay, now hopefully I've got it in 48K mode. So instead of controlling a stickman on this one, you'll be controlling Horace, and I do like that rotation of the graphics there. That is super cool. Okie dokie. So let me know if it gets too quiet or the sound is okay for you. Right, so it's Q, A, O and P, I think, this one. It seems to have gone a bit quiet my end, but anyway. Oops. There we go. O and P. Oh, the sound's come back on again. We're there, right. Nice rotation flip. So these robots, first of all, won't fire back at you. So it's very, very similar, isn't it, to Berserk. I think if you... There's Evil Otto there. So just like the Berserk, the machine, Evil Otto will come after you if you're left hanging around. So don't get shoot by the robots. And as a kid, the main interest would be what colour robots will be happening next. But survive as long as you can. So really good to see a Horace skin on this. Well, that's taking him out. And I don't remember the original Berserk. You can hide in sort of like places like there. Oh, look, Evil Otto turn up again in red. So we need to get away here. Right. Oh, see. This is the only game, I believe, that you'll see Horace with a gun. Oh, Horace, where you going with that gun of yours? Da-da-da-da-da-da. He could be in Reservoir Dogs. Hey, Horace, where you going with that gun in your hand? Do-do-do-do-do-do. He's a mean man. We could just tempt this person here. So yeah, it is better than Berserk, Dave. I think so. I mean, the first one on the Spectrum was written in Basic, and it really struggled. I think there was another one called Frenzy, I think. Oops, oh dearie me. We got killed like a Dalek there. There was another one called Frenzy too. Right. Oh, what? That's crazy talk. Right, come on, Hoist. Let's go back the way you came. The main thing on these sort of games is seeing what colour robots is going to turn up next. Right, run for it. Oh, I need to be a little bit more. Tactical here. Right, Horace and the robots. So it's not as headache-inducing as some of the intros on Horace. Some of the other homebrews as well as Horace in the Mystic Woods. Horace Goes to the Tower, which I have reviewed. So if you want to track those down and see what they're like, then do so. Show the old videos some love. And I do like it when the old videos get shown a bit of love. Excuse me. I generally answer the comments there. I still get notified of the comments on those old ones. So, you know, so we looked at a couple of maze games. I prefer this one to Gobbleman, but as I say, it was written... 18 and 17, what's that? It was written 35 years later. That's incredible on the same system. 35 years. This looks like the safest way. Right, Horace. And it does look like Horace. It's a lot smaller. You won't see Horace looking any bigger, any smaller than he is there. But, you know, he's got the graphics. I do like seeing him in green. No. Ooh, that was close. Right, let's hide behind this wall. Take a pot shot. Now, the robots look very much like Berserks. They've looked at there, but these ones could... Oh, no. These ones could fire diagonally, where the ones before couldn't, I don't think. They can only just go up or down, so this is a little bit interesting. Just keep on moving, like S Club 7 said. Keep on moving. Something. Right. So, yeah. So, hopefully we see a few other different coloured robots. I'm sure it's not just yellow and red. Perhaps it is. Perhaps it is just yellow and red. It could be. But the maze exits are blue. You can't go back where you came. Some great laser sounds in this one as well. If you hit any of the sides, that's like electrifiers, you would die straight away. Yeah, it's just like they're yellow and red, these robot fellas. Right, need to get past this person. Oh no, I so knew that was going to happen. I'd like to see Tango Man turn up in a game, Tom. That'd be quite interesting. You know when you've been tangoed, right? As they used to say. There's quite a lot of scary kids adverts there, isn't there? The one for a Kinder Egg with that sort of like Humpty Dumpty creature was extremely scary. Whoa, sick like that. Horace would be good in a cowboy western, I think. Good at high noon. He seems to be good on the trigger. Good stuff, Mr. Horace. Kaboom, kabam. He's moved. Oh, look, so it's different coloured ones now. They're blue. Blue suede robots. So, they've been yellow, cyan. Well, let's call it cyan, really. Oops, there we go. Yeah, they banned a few. Whoa. I think a few more adverts should have been banned. Oh, I had no chance there. When you're being chased by cyan adverts, robots. Hi there, Stephen. Hope you're having a good evening, sir. We're just looking at a few ZX Spectrum games, which I'm sure you'd already guessed by now. We looked at Gobbleman a little bit earlier on, and this is the second game we looked at now. Horace and the Robots, 35 years between those two games. So there we go. But this one moves quite a bit smoother than Goldman. And it's a little bit kinder, although the maze is still blue. There's Evil Otto. Can we kill Evil Otto? I'm not quite sure. Right. Yeah, if I was a robot back in the maze days, I wouldn't like to be a yellow robot because they just walk around really slowly and don't seem like they can attack anyone. Right, let's get Evil Otto. Can we kill Evil Otto? No, we can't kill him. We can't kill that Otto fellow, right? I think in the Atari 2600 version you could kill him, couldn't you? But then he just regenerated and come back again. I mean, you're right, Dave. I would have preferred it called Horace Goes Berserk as well. But you know, perhaps they thought they was flying a bit close to the wind. It makes me think. What other games could have like Horace in it. There's not a Pac-Man Horace game, is there? Space Invaders Horace. I don't think that would work as much. There's sort of like Manic Miner meets Horace. Called Horace Minor by Mr. Broad. We reviewed that one as well. So, you know, Hunchback, Horace to the Rescue, they put Horace in there. But you have to be a bit careful with Horace now, don't you? Because I think he's trademarked now. Someone actually owns the trademark, and they seem to be quite active or keeping a very close eye on what people are doing with the characters. So it takes a bit of the fun out of it. If that ever happened to Jet Set Willy, that would be a bad day. You'd hope if someone bought the licence, it would mean that they're going to make a load of games, wouldn't you? But in this case, I think the person was just owning the licence for the sake of it, which is a bit of a shame. Bit of a big shame. Oh, I didn't own Berserk back in the day. I think I had it on a C90 tape. A few like variants. Frenzy was there. Good stuff. Horace and the Robots. I think I said before when I reviewed a similar game that I wouldn't mind to see other skins on here, like Ellen Ripley running around being chased by aliens, Doctor Who, obviously the fourth Doctor with his big long scarf being chased by the Daleks, and you could have quite a lot of different variants, couldn't you? Really, there, and it's like endless. Nowadays, if they heard that idea, they'd sell it to death with DLCs and stuff, and so you could have any one you want. Homer Simpson being chased by by hounds by Mr. Burns. Excellent. Yeah, could do. Mr. Burns. Right. Come on, Horace. Let's go round here. Woohoo! Let's get out of here. Right. Yeah, Steve Snake did make this game. You are quite right. He certainly did. Certainly did. Right. Okay. As I say, published by Reptilia, designed in 2017, written by Steve Snake. I need to check out other things he's done. I might have already reviewed them on the system, but I've reviewed so many games. I sort of like instantly. I tend to forget them. Yeah, that's right, Mr. Facehead. She had a bit of a bad time, didn't she? Because that character was so ingrained into her channel. I think it was in intros on it, or using a lot of videos there. So that was a big shame when that happened. It's just a bit of a warning, isn't it? Really. I have a character called Igor, but he hasn't turned up in any games at all, or any appearances graphically, so I think I'm quite safe there. As long as they don't put a copyright on actual use of Stormtrooper voices, then I think we'll be okay. But just between you and me, I might have something to do with that Stormtrooper voice. I might be okay anyway. Hooray! But yeah, you have to be a bit very careful. Think about the future, what's going to happen, the permutations. But in another way, you can worry too much about stuff. Really, you can worry too much. Don't worry, be happy, as that song went. Do do boo boo do boo ba doo ba doo ba doo. Don't worry, be happy. Yes, right. So I think after this, oh my word, he's been shot a lot. So the next game we're going to play after this, we might be on a little while. It's going to be a game called Plunder. Don't know if you've heard of that one, but I reviewed it on the channel before, and we did a revisit as well. You don't have people shooting at you as such, but you do. Well, you do sail sort of like a 16th century ship. Across the 7 seas. Yes, right. Oh no, we're surrounded by robots. If you hit a robot, you're instantly dead as well, which you sort of like noticed there. Right. Right, one last go. It's always got that one last go play, right? It's definitely my last go because Horace is such a good guy, and then we'll get out of here. So yeah, I would recommend tracking this one down. It's probably available, if you're struggling to find it, it's probably available on, I don't know this for sure, but it's probably available from Spectrum Computing site. I noticed quite recently, World of Spectrum, which I sometimes go as an information source, they've actually changed their whole appearance. And I don't like it. Looks like they've tried to make it like Spectrum Computing, but not quite as good. And I always like to have a choice between the two, and now they look too similar. Hi Neil, hope you're doing fine, matey. Right, this is Horace going through a maze in Berserk mode. Horace goes berserk. Well, it's not really berserk, is it? It's Horace and the robots. That's what he's doing. He's not making friends with the robots, he's not hanging around with the robots, he's not stealing their fruit like in Hungry Horace, so these are a bit more crazy, these ones, than those rangers in Hungry Horace, but that was, well, as I say, over 30 years ago. 30 years, doesn't time fly quickly when you're doing other stuff? It just seems like the other day I was only 18, 19, or trying to get a barmaid to serve me because I wasn't old enough in a pub. Then all of a sudden I'm in my mid-40s. It's just crazy stuff. So you got to savor every moment really. Thank you, Dave. That's got us off to a start. Thank you very much there, and a sunglasses sticker as well to boot. I think that's a sunglasses sticker, is it? Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, all counts. I mean, I do look at the stats for the live streams as well, to see what's coming in, how many people are watching, all those sort of things, and it guides me a little bit to see what's popular, what should I do more of, what should I do little of, as I say, and it just shows you what realistically is popular, to be honest with you. So thank you there. Okay, let's go around this maze, yeah. Again, as well, it's all nice and relaxed, all that building up the audience too. Bit of an alternative to the recorded stuff. We go live, and I can interact with you almost straight away when I keep an eye on the chats as well. As I say, in the future plans, well, we're going to hopefully do a Commodore 64 test on Wednesday for an hour, so it won't be planned, but it'll be about 8 o'clock. I'll jump in to see if I can get that working, which I'm quite confident. So the idea is to gradually do more systems, try and build up a bigger audience, which I think is sensible. And then if I've got sufficient coming in, then I'll upgrade the internet, and then we can do 16-bit, which then covers us for Commodore Amiga, doesn't it? And Mega Drive, and maybe a few other ones. Thank you, Mr. Facehead. Have £2. Well, thank you. All gratefully received as I stock up my food cupboard so I can keep going. But I'm trying to keep you entertained. It's all about a bit of fun. So let's have a look at Plunder, which you might not have had there before. Yeah, thank you, Neil. So yeah, I just want to crack building, because we've got a good community here, haven't we? All building up. We all seem to be on a similar wavelength, a fun sort of group. So the more of these we do, the group grows, and we have a bit more fun with it as well. Yeah, I mean, it would be good to do Mega Drive, so that's what we're slowly going towards. Obviously, I don't want to move to that too quickly. There. Oh, you missed Horace. Oh dear. Well, if we've got a bit of time, Tom, we might try and fit him in the end. But we're going to look at, if it loads, Plunder. Now, this is on the cursor keys. Now, 1983, this by CCS, written by D.G. Evans. We'll do a short, easy game because it's me here and we're live streaming. So if I get a bit of time, Channel Faj, I will drop in. Horace and the Robots again, but we was there for about a quarter of an hour, but he deserves a little bit more. Do you want instructions? No, because I'm going to pretty much tell you what's going on. So you can see this map. In the top right, you can see my flashing little boat. With a boat from the UK. You can see red bits on the maps. That's ports, which we can go in and buy and sell stock. We're going to travel through the seas and trying to intercept different boats and then we're going to attack them to try and stop gold. If we stopped a certain amount of gold, then we're there. There's quite a lot of instructions, so that's why we skip through it. But I'm gonna pretty much tell you what is going on, really. There's an option to donate £400 in Super Chat, is there, Mr. Facehead? Well, if £400 ever come on, I probably would check with the person whether it was a mistake or not. I'm sure there's a way of reversing it somehow. But anyway, I don't know what the rules are on that. So, off we go. We're sailing the seven seas. You can see at the moment it's stormy weather. We're starting off with 20 cannons, so that's under weaponry. We started off with 200 men, but we've lost 2 already. They've probably fallen overboard. And we started with 200 DP underneath that, ship's DP. I think that's damage points. And if it falls to below 15, I think the ship sinks, I think. So we've got the option of repairing that when we go to each stage. Now, it is pretty random where the ships are, a bit like the battleships, and there'll be some other things as well we can find. But if someone did a £400 super chat and it was a proper super chat, I'd be beside myself, because that would help incredibly. But equally, I'd be a little bit suspicious unless Elton John was watching, who's got money to burn. But anyway, let's go. I mean, if those sort of ones started coming, you'll certainly notice a huge difference in the channel quite quickly. Right, so it seems to be quite an easy trip, first of all, doesn't it? It seems to be quite an easy trip. Oops. Just remembering what button does what. Right, what does 7 do? Oh, 7 goes up, right. Right, so, the lookout reports, ship up ahead, Captain. It looks like a merchant. Now, we've got the option here to attack them or retreat. But, who's going to retreat once we've actually found one of these ships? Because that's how we can get gold and spend it at the ports. I think we've got 60 goals in total. You can see the turns on the left is currently on 6. Gold stocked underneath is 100. So we've got the option of firing from a distance or boarding. YouTube do take a cut of the super chat. Yeah, that is correct, Stephen. They do. So I don't get all of it, which is a shame. But they provide the platform, I guess. So what can you do? Right, let's attack. Homebrews are popular, yeah. In this, well, we looked at Horace and the Robots, which is a homebrew. Oh, we're taking a bit of a paste in there. And we will look at another one called Turbo Mania. It's possible that we might look at a stream all of homebrews at one stage. So we've covered quite a lot of good ones. It'd be good to see them all in a row. We'll be looking at another homebrew on Thursday, and there's going to be a Spectrum game going up tomorrow. There we go. But anyway, if you want to support me, not through Super Chat, it is a nice way of filtering it through. But there is my PayPal Pay Me page as well, which you see on the title if you go to the main screen there. And there's also a Ko-Fi, which you might see a bit of a graphic there. When you do a Ko-Fi, it goes up the screen. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it disappears. But anyway, let's over that. But you'll see Ko-Fi, ko-fi.com/Njenkin. But anyway, the link's on my main screen. So we're going to attack this thing again. I think we might board the ship here. Let's go boarding it. Boop, boop, boop. Right, so 59 of the enemy killed. The opposition surrenders, which is good. And we've captured 4,900 gold pieces. Hooray! So that's good. So, and the ship's still afloat, but we have taken a little bit of damage. So I need to get, I'm going to go down into this port here. I think YouTube again take a percentage of that, Neil. It works out exactly the same. It's round about the same as what Patreon would do when they do the conversion. So I think it's about 30%. If it was 5%, it'd be a lot better. But that's why it's a little bit of a struggle. So I have to keep going. I don't know what ship this was, but we're gonna attack it anyway. Hopefully it wasn't a warship. I don't know how Twitch compares there as well, but as I say, there's... Oh, look, that's taking a pound in that ship. As I say, there's Ko-Fi and a few other ones as well. Okay, so let's aboard this thing this time. And we should have quite a bit of gold. Yeah, they all seem to be pretty much the muchness, really, haven't they? Because they seem to have got people there. I think you can stream on Twitter and Facebook, but there's no... yeah, it's not quite as good as a platform for those sort of things. I think Instagram has got it as well. Right, okay, so this is our first challenge of the day. A small island of volcanic rock appears. Do you wish to investigate? Well, I think I do. I do need to investigate. A small band of mad shipwreck survivors attack your men. Oh, that's not good, is it? You wipe them out, but 26 of your men die as well. Well, it's always a bit random, that. Sometimes you might find some jewels. Sometimes some other stuff might happen. But, yeah, well, there we go. It does sound a bit like the Jaws music there. Good. Right, anyway, let's just keep hitting 6. Oh, there's another. Right. I'll tell you something. If you attack the warship straight away, they will have mincemeat with you, especially when you haven't got hardly any cannons. So we'll get out of there. Right, okay, so this is a little bit different. So now we have to dock. It's got a similar feel to Wild Bunch, that's for sure, Neil. Now, I need to use 5 and 8 over this random generated dock side. There's lots of ships in this dock, and we need to get on that magenta thing. Sometimes it puts some really evil things there, but this time it looks like we can go straight down, and it's not having too much problems. Is it a boat? Is it a motorbike? We don't know. You can hack into this game, and one time I wanted to try and turn it into a space thing. I think I got a certain distance, but I got fed up with all these sort of like errors. Right, so we want to get extra men, first of all. They cost 55 gold pieces. That's what GP is. And it does vary depending on what port that you go to. So we've got 9,900 of gold. So let's start off with 30 men, first of all. Actually, we could probably up the men to maximum where we were at the start. So 61 men. That's got back up to 200. Good, 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 good. Then we need to repair the ship. So ship's repairs. What's that? About 61. How much money we got now? So we've got 1,601. we've lost quite a few men, so the cannons, I don't think we can restore that to maximum, but we can at least do 2. Get two cannons. Now, the system does seem to work out when you haven't got enough money, because I want to get some more cannons, but then it says you don't have the money, fool. So I think either B.A. Baracus or Mr. T is actually running this place. You don't have enough money, fool. Well, okay then. You can also trade in the marketplace if you got if you pick up sacks of grain or something like that. But I haven't got any sacks of grain, and you will lose men quite quickly. But we're back up to maximum minus 1 cannon. Okay, right. So I don't want anything. So let's leave this port. This was the Casablanca dockside. Off we go. Right. Okay. So let's go across the ocean. And there's a ship straight away. It's a troop ship. So we don't really want to board this ship because they might have loads of troops aboard. The maximum cannons you can buy in this game, I think, is about 40. I once hacked it so you could have 1,000, and I gave myself 1,000 straight away. And every ship we just passed, and they took about 1 billion hits and just exploded. Well, they sank quite quickly. This bit, you always need a bit of luck. Yeah, that's right, Neil. Right, and they've surrendered straight away, the weaklings. So that's another bit of gold. So you see at the top left there on my display next to the weather, the gold stocked at the moment is 13,600. I think we have to get up to 50,000 or something. I can't quite remember. Maybe he should have read the instructions. I know. I won't invite to fight these warships. I know from experience you have to have a pretty mighty boat. So we've just headed away. It's not brown trousers time for us. We just zipped away. Right. It's possible to run aground as well. So if you get your buttons mixed up and hit a square that's all yellow, then you're in big trouble. Oh, we're just hitting lots of warships now. Burr. Yeah, we don't want any trouble. We just got our get out of jail card. So we've got 3 victories, 3 defeats. You tend to lose more men when it's stormy, and the ship's taking lots of damage. I think they bought this boat from IKEA or something and assembled it wrong. Right, a galleon. Right, we got, look up ahead, Captain. Looks like a galleon. So let's give this both barrels. Boo, boo, boo. Hang on to your haircuts. Hack this. This game would look really good with a space skin on it. So if you are a home brewer, you can hack into this game. If you're a home brewer, have a look at that. And we've captured all the gold, 6,042 gold pieces. Now that's quite a strange number to be hanging on there. Yeah. Arr. Yeah. Captain Pugwash could turn up, couldn't he? That could easily happen in this game. Right, so we've had 4 victories, 3 defeats. We've almost found 20,000 gold pieces. Now, maybe that's something for me to do instead of streaming. Maybe go out to sea and stop ships, because if I can board a troop ship or shoot a troop ship, that's going to support me for quite some time. Right, I think it's 60 turns we have before it's game over. Right, so we know what to do here, don't we? Johnny Depp can't help us now, or Jack Sparrow. Parlay? No. We're going to go through here. So we was at Casablanca before. I don't know where we are this time. Please randomise us a easy passage. Well, that's a bit trickier, but I think it's doable. So I'm just hitting the buttons 5 and 8. If you hit one of the other boats, these red boats, then it's game over. Which is not going to be game over, because we're straight in. We're not doing anything silly. Right, so we're now at a different port, and you notice some things are more expensive, some things are cheaper. Now, we didn't lose quite so many men on that ship, despite going halfway across the Atlantic. So let's do some extra crew. Let's get that up to maximum 16. Repair the ship, 53. So now, it looks like we've got quite a bit of money left over, so we can soup up the ship. So we're back to where we were, but plus 4,416. So what should we do? Let's get 3 extra cannons on board, I think. Good. So now the ship's getting a little bit better now. Set sail for Tuesdays. Let's get some men. We tend to lose them quite quickly. Let's get 20 of the men. 220 men on one ship. Notice we don't have to buy any food, so hopefully they brought packed lunch for the journey. I won't inquire too much. Let's go 20 there. We might as well just stock up with extra men then, shall we? Yeah, men. They'll be delighted to join our crew. 15, is that... Don't have... Oh, that Mr. T's everywhere. 106, so we can do another 2 men. There we go. So we've got 22 gold pieces left, and that's not enough for anyone. Yes, Captain Nick, that's me. Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship whatchamacallit. We're at the Bellum dockside. This isn't going to be a 5-year mission, though. I don't think. Away we go. Right now, what's left? There's a lot of times in this game where I've hit the wrong button and have run aground. Shall we just follow the shoreline across, see if we can catch any boats? Yeah, we'll follow the shoreline, see if we can catch any. We don't need to return to Blighty at all during this, so that's fine. Yeah, that's a good tip. That's a good tip, Channel Fadge. I try not to get scurvy. Now, where's all the ships? They're hiding. There's one. It's a galleon. Right, now, we've got 23 cannons now. We're the most powerful we ever have been. As long as the ship don't sink, because if the ship sinks, you don't get the gold. You still get it in your gold stock, but you don't get to spend the gold. Oh. We took a... It's a bit random, this. It goes through a random generator. What do you think? Do you reckon we should attack again or board the thing? I think we might board it, actually. The only problem is if they've got more men than us, we could be in trouble. Oh no, they've got 65 men left. How many have we got? 158. That's a bit tricky. We're not going to retreat. Let's continue. Right, I've lost quite a lot of men there. Enemy's men left 6. They've surrendered, but we've got the goal, which is the main thing. 6,300. Okay, I think if I'd attacked again, Dave, I think the boat would have sunk and we wouldn't have got the gold. Right, up we go here. What's that small island up the top there? Maybe we'll drop into there to spend our gold. I don't think it is the blue. It could be the blue Peter. It is just like cyan colour, isn't it? Walk the plank, sir. Oh my word. A peculiar glittery white mist is spotted. Ooh. Do you wish to investigate? Well, this effect is... I think I will investigate. What could possibly go wrong? Oh. You find a drifting ship. Ah! It turns out to be a plague ship. Oh, just my luck. A third of your... That's expensive. A third of your men die, and the rest are not too happy about your leadership. Oh, who is all... You all like Captain Nick, though, don't you? You were singing my praises. There might be a mutiny on my hands. That's not great, is it? Oh, dear. So, what? We're down to 85 men. No, that's terrible. That was a bad risk. That was a bad risk. So, we need to seriously buy some men. Right, so let's dock in this place. 5 and 8. Right, got to spend the gold. I'm not sure we're doing very well on this here. Yeah, it is a fast-acting plague. Oh, God, this looks a bit tricky. Oh, man, it's right over there. That got a bit too close. Oh, put it in a difficult place for me, why don't you? I think we're there. We're there. Who built this harbour? A nincompoop built this harbour, that's for sure. It could have been COVID. It could have done. Right, so men are dirt cheap here. I can't believe I just said that. So let's try and just get as many of those as we can. There are only 35 gold pieces per man. Can we get 115? Probably not. Like, oh, I can. That's good. Right. So let's forget about all that nasty plague ship business, and don't tell any of the new crew about the plague ship, because they probably won't want to join. Let's prepare the ship there. Right. Okay. So we're back to where we were, really, aren't we? We lost 3 cannons somewhere. On the ocean bed, there must be loads of cannons all over the shop for as far as the world wide can see. What would be your pirate name? Comment in the chat section below if you're going to be a part of my crew. I can't be Jack Sparrow. I'll have to be Nick Seagull or something. Oh no, that might get me mixed up with Steven Seagull. Nick Pelican, that'll do. Diddly-dee-dee-dee-diddly-diddly. Right, so let's spend the rest on men then, because it looks like we're going to run into plague ships quite a lot. 9. See, look, that was maths for me. And 2 gold pieces to spend on beer or have a great night out for all the crew. I don't know how much that works out per person, but we can have a jolly good time anyway, as pirates tend to do. Ah, right. Let's go back to Blighty then. I think we've only got 16 turns left of this game, so I don't think we can get back to Blighty. And I don't think we've stopped enough gold. We was a bit unlucky when we hit all those warships, because warships, a merchant, right, that's going to help us. We might get a lot in a row here, mightn't we? We might get a lot in a row. Attack. I think troop ships carry the most men, then the galleon. I think merchants might have the most gold on there. Doo-doo. But a really addictive game, this one. I had it back in the day, and I played it quite a lot. And it's 8 hits, that wasn't much, and it's aged really well. I think I've got no problem playing it again any time at all, and it's like suits a live stream really well. Also, there we go. So thank you straight away to the few people there that have done the super chat, keeping me going there. That's good. I've been meaning to get a second screen set up on this, because when I've got a second screen, I can see how many people are in the chat box. I can see how many super chats there's been, the highest and the lowest, and all those sort of stuff. But I'm trying to fit everything on one screen at the moment. But I have got an old telly I can move in here. Your pirate name is Angus McFeece. That's a good name. I like the name Captain Pinkbeard. That's a good one, isn't it? Captain Pinkbeard of the Seven Seas. Right, I think this ship is worth boarding now. I think we can take them. Hopefully we don't lose as many men. Rancid Rossi. Okay, that's good. Right, gold. We've got the gold. Right. Okay, I'd like a parrot on my shoulder, but no other animals, like a monkey or a mongoose. What do you think? What do you think here? I'm a bit worried. Should we investigate again? This could be a little bit of history repeated, as it all goes a little bit dotty. Shall we? Yeah? Shall we? Let's, Oh my god. Oh no. How many, look, you guys. You guys. How many drifting, this is too funny. How many drifting plague ships has this sea got? It's probably the same one. Unbelievable. Oh, that was your fault. Oh man. They're not happy with my leadership. Oh, here. Right, I think we've got it's all about surviving to the end now. If I did a long go on this, which might go on a bit, but this is a short go. If I did a long go, then we're there. Fantastic. Thank you, Channel Fadge. They're good. REKT. Thank you. Oh, that was just too fun. I think that's been my highlight of all the streams I've done. That was just too ridiculous. It is at random that. Thank you. It is at random that what happens. I think there's a choice of 3 things that happen. One is you can discover some shipwrecked men on an island. Another one is you get some emeralds. But I've just got unlucky twice there. Anyway, let's attack this thing. Let's redress the balance, man. We might come back to this on another stream later on. I think and do a longer one. Maybe I'll try and hack into it. Oh, I've been clobbered again. We want to take on a warship. It might mean the end of the go. Perhaps after this go's finished, perhaps we'll just jump in quickly then and find a warship. But you do quickly get sunk, especially when you haven't got many men left like me. I'm flying a bit close to the wind as it is already. I might have to retreat from this one. Mind you, they took a couple of hits. Oh, good, that's handy. But unfortunately, we're in the middle of the sea now. We're nowhere near any ports, are we? Oh, let's just keep going. Yeah, we're nowhere near anywhere. There's storms going on. Might be like the pirate Celeste here. A plague ship hat trick. Now I know you want me to tackle a warship, but with 15 cannons and 102 men, we'll be sunk, right? So what we'll do, we'll retreat for now, but after this go, we'll jump in quickly Although I've been on this game quite a lot. We'll jump in quickly, and we will attack a warship. Any games I don't get to, we'll just carry it on to next Monday's one, right? Because we're having quite a lot of fun with this. He says there's only about 3 more goes left on this. I think it's 60 turns you get. Not 60 Arctic turns. Could do a plundering live stream. We could do, right? I'm not sure. I'm not sure we've. Right, I think that's it now. I think it's 60, or is it 80? Yeah, that's it, right? Have we stopped enough gold? Here's the moment of truth. The year draws to a close. Have you stopped enough gold from getting through? The Queen's spies, that's Queen Elizabeth I, reports that, yes, you have. Well done us, despite hitting 2 plague ships. Spain's armada now cannot sail. You're awarded a knighthood, Sir Nick, and Francis Drake becomes your cook. Well, that's good, isn't it? Well done, you've made a high score. Well, I can't say fairer than that, can I? Alright, so we need to find a warship now, so let's just get out of here. We'll find a warship, and I'll let you know what happens once you find a warship. You die. So look at that. There's the high scores there. Thank you, Stephen. Would you like another game? Yes. I think if you don't want another game, I think it just breaks into the program. Right, so we're not going to do a full game here. We're just going to try and find a warship. And knowing my luck, we probably won't find one now. Yeah, we're not going to find anything, are we now? Apart from maybe another plague ship. Hello, warships. Where are they? Hi, Bonehead. Hope you're well. That's a troop ship. So we'll retreat all those because we're only interested in warships now. Oh dear. MS DOS box. Okay. I'm not sure at the moment. That's a good idea. I'm not sure how well my live stream. Do you mean just for pre-recorded stuff? I could look at that. Oh dear. We might have to abandon ship now. There's just when you want one. There's no warships anywhere. And when I didn't want one, they were all over the place. So after this one, we will look at impact. I think. Yeah, I always like future ideas. That's good. Look at that. This is the most emptiest sea now. Cool. This would have been good, wouldn't it? Straight away. Nick, why did you go into this again? Why? Maybe I'm going a little bit too quick for this. Diddly-did. Right. We'll do 5 more bits. If no ship turns up, we'll get out of here and we'll play impact. Right. 1, 2, 3. But you know what number comes next? 4. This is amazing. Right, 5. If there's no warship, then we're out of here. Oh, no warship at all. And you can break into the program like that. So, you know, if you want to learn about programming, I think you'd agree this is a pretty super game there. So if you want to try and create a game like this, you can break into it, and there's the whole program there. And you could learn really a lot of stuff. So if you've got the time on your hands and want to put something together like this, maybe a space game or a similar game there, have a look at the programming here. Write down all the... If you know a little bit about programming, you'll recognise what bits do what. And, you know, and you can make yourself a game. I mean, you could have great fun with that. As I say, I tried to do it back in the day when I was a kid, and I sort of almost got it working, but I was just a kid aged about, I don't know, about 10 or 11, I think. So I didn't have much chance there. So yeah, lots and lots of programming. But you know, I'll leave that with you if you wanna go into that one. So that was Plunder, a jolly good game. It did get a lot of plays when I was a kid. It was pretty good. It was really good fun. So let's do a bit more chilling then. I think we're going to struggle to find a game that was quite as fun as that one. But we will have a go at Impact, which is another one of those breakout clones. This was by Audiogenic Software in 1988. So this is the bit where I can't find it now. But I could have quite happily played Plunder all day long, really. But we definitely need to do a longer game there too. Right, okay. Commodore 64 Pirates is great. Well, let's get an eye on that as well, because the idea is to try and do some Commodore 64 ones as well. Right, although I own the Spectrum mainly, I do like the Commodore 64 as well. It's pretty cool. So we can define our own keys on that, which is quite helpful. Left is O, right is P, fire is that, select is Z. Now, why it says select is you can get power-ups on this one that you gradually come get. Right, here we go. Right, so I've died already. Now you'll see the upgrades are down the side. Every so often it will drop a token down, and then it will gain me an extra well, power-up, and it's up to me when I want to release it by hitting the select button. But these games, like that one of those yellow ones I should have got there. There's one. Whoops, no. So it's all about seeing, well, on these for me, it's the ball physics, really. And because I'm really into pinball, although this isn't a pinball game, I just try and think, would this work well on pinball? And I think it would have done. I prefer Crackout, I prefer Batty, and I prefer Through the Wall as well for the pure nostalgia on it. But this one is programmed quite well. There's quite a lot of colour in it, and it works quite well. How many times did you say well there? Right, so you see there, I've got 2 power-ups. If I press the select button, I don't know what power-up that was. Oh, look, it's like stick. I can stick. There we go. There's one that can turn it into 3 balls. I think that's the next one up. As soon as you've got all the bricks, of course, as you know, you're on to the next stage. And I do like the star field that's falling down. So that was like a magnet, this one. Kaboo. Oh, that's... There, I think I caught that. So the next one will be 3 balls, which will certainly release. There we go. There we go. They are just bait, those power-ups. I think you don't necessarily need them, do you, to do the whole game, essentially. But if you had this one back in the day, then let me know. But there's really a lot of breakout clones. I mean, there's quite a few I haven't come to as of yet. Arkanoid we did look at, but not on a live stream. I say the best ones to me are Through the Wall, the original one on the Horizon ZX Spectrum tape, come with my ZX Spectrum 48K, and Batty, which was first released as a commercial one, and then later, what did it come out? Yeah, later it was a cover disc, wasn't it, on Your Sinclair. So they're always good to see, and they're nice and gentle. You know what to do straight away. It's just what they do with the power-ups. But yeah, Tom, it is a nice looking game. Decent one to look at. I think we did review this, but quite some time ago. Might be about 3 or 4 years ago now, I think. But so many games to look at, and we gradually go through. But it's fairly decent. It does all the right things. It isn't overly fast, so it's quite kind. As a kid there, you know you're not going to die straight away, although I was a bit slow first of all. Aiming is a little bit tricky, as it is on some of them, but not to a great extent, and you will get the hang of it in the end. Right. I do like those other things floating around as well, a bit like a Crackout, I suppose. Although with Crackout, it was the head, wasn't it, of Jack the Nipper. And Jack the Nipper, oddly, is a game I still haven't reviewed. I think there was Jack the Nipper 1 and 2. Did you have that game, Jack the Nipper? Is it worth having a look at, or should I just avoid it like the plague? Oh, no. Yeah, you know, you're quite right. Going for those power-ups do distract you, and sometimes you should just not go for them at all. Because I was interested in getting the 3 balls. Right, let's go. He's almost done it again. Right, okay. One more of those yellow things, and then I think I should going up a bit. There we go. I think I hit the select button by mistake there. Right, can he get off stage 1? That's what everyone is saying. So it's a little bit different pace to Pac-Mania, isn't it? And it's a lot more kinder than Gobbleman. On these streams, cool, we've done an hour already. These streams go super duper fast, they certainly do. So what we're going to try and do, if the internet holds up, it seems to be quite good this evening so far, is maybe do a stinker stream, which might be an hour or an hour and a half, depending on how many people are there. Because it's always a case that 6 to 8, sometimes people are still coming home from work then, so just to give them a chance. It's experimenting. I'm experimenting with different times around the place, but the 6 to 8's always going to be there. Hurrah! Right. Jack the Nipper. I better read the instructions with Jack the Nipper then, it sounds. There we go. Right. Have you noticed so far I haven't put any pokes in? This is weak. We did Gobbleman without any pokes. We did Horace and the Robots without any pokes. Plunder without any pokes. And now we're doing this without any pokes. That can't continue. We must need at least 1 poke in the game. You'd expect it, wouldn't you, at the very least? Right, try and get that yellow block. They did. Oh, no. You have to hit it a few times by the looks of things. Right, aim. Doobie doobie dib 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 dib. Right, stage 2. Hopefully. Right. Right, so this looks a little bit different. Oh. Yeah, Micropros were good. I mainly knew Micropros on the Commodore Amiga. They did Micropros Golf, didn't they? And that Formula One game, that was pretty good. Micropros Soccer I wasn't overly keen on. You know, it was okay back in the day. It got superseded, didn't it, by Kickoff 2 and Sensible Soccer. It'd be quite good to do a Sensible Soccer stream or Kickoff 2 stream at some point, just for whichever one I choose. Someone will come in. If I do Kickoff 2, someone will come in and say Sensible Soccer's the best. And if I did a Sensible Soccer stream, someone will come in and say Kickoff 2 is the best, or Goal. So there we go. That will never ever change. Right. I'm taking out these blocks like nobody's business. Quite often it's the best thing to get the ball behind the wall to tackle it from behind. Okay, this game is called Impact. I think it's called Impact. It's called Impact. I've got it written down. I don't want to glance at my notes at this very second, but it's called Impact. Right. Okay. It's by Audiogenic Software in 1988. As he glances off the screen. Always an option to redefine your keys on this game. I'll have one last go at this, and then we'll jump into Bear Bother, which is a great name. The same people did that as did Gobbleman Arctic Computing. Gobbleman 1982, that one 1983. So it's a nice calming game, this one, but I don't think it's one that you want to be spending serious time on. But you know, it's a good example. It's a lot similar. I think we looked at one called Crack Up on a recent stream as well. But I think, yeah, Crack Out is a good one. Emlyn Hughes is the best, so it's all good. Yeah, Emlyn Hughes Soccer, yeah. There was tell you what, I like Emlyn Hughes. I used to watch him a lot on Question of Sport when he's a team captain on that. But there's a quiz game on the Amiga Review. I think it's Emlyn Hughes. It's Emlyn Hughes quiz or something like that. And that's quite enjoyable as well from a silly point of view. But like all those quizzes, unless you know 70s and 80s sports, you're in a bit of trouble. And now it's the year 2020. At the time this is going up, it's a little bit tricky, isn't it? Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's go. There we go. Yeah, it's got a nice calming influence over me, this game. So, you know, if you're feeling super stressed or something there, I think it's just tricking the mind to get something into perspective. Because in the moment, I have these moments. In the moment, you get something terribly out of perspective where you think it's the end of the world and nothing can change. And it only takes one little thing to happen either way. It can completely change your perspective. But I don't know how you cope with it. But it's something I work on a daily basis, really. But these live streams help. So thank you for dropping by. It's always the worry when we go on here that there isn't going to be anyone there at all. But I'll just be talking to myself. And you can imagine with a few weeks of that, I'd go completely insane, or more insane than normal. Sometimes in these I give a bit too much away about myself, but anyway, who cares? If it's helping you, then hurrah! As we talk about retro gamings and life and all that sort of stuff, that's what it's about. Quite often, it hasn't happened this evening, so I'm quite surprised. Quite often I'll get someone in the super chat thing, not super chat, the chat box that says I shouldn't be using pokes or my gameplay's rubbish and all those sort of things. And generally it's a name I don't recognise because they're not used to the channel. So they've just clicked on the live stream and they've seen that someone not playing very good, or they've probably seen that my face is not in the graphics and got annoyed straight away. But you know, I'm one of those channels you've got to spend a little bit of time with to actually understand what the hell is going on. And I think you've all got it, so thank you very much. Peter Beersley, yeah. What was that terrible one I reviewed on the Commodore Amiga where it's all 3D? You control one man running around the pitch. That was crazy. I think it might be 3D International Soccer. I think Graham Souness was a disaster as well, wasn't it, on the Commodore Amiga? I mean, I don't tend to like football games on the Spectrum that much. A lot of people like Matchday and Matchday 2, but that went a little bit too slow for me. But yeah, the Commodore 64 has an attempt, but I'm not a big fan of 8-bit stuff. There's a game I might look at a bit later on in the stinker section called World Cup Carnival. We might have a look at that one, but World Cup Carnival is absolutely terrible. It controls like a pig. Often I don't feel like I'm fully in control of the thing. It's got a terrible control mechanism. But yeah, if we do, we are going to do a stinker stream later on, possibly about 9 o'clock. I'll probably be playing that on the first or second game. There's a lot of stinkers lined up for there. I think we've got Advanced Lawnmower Simulator as well. Anyway, good stuff. Thanks, you old gamer Steve. Thank you. That's appreciated there. You know, it's all about a bit of fun there. Bit of fun. I tend to use the pokes really mainly in the in the reviews to show you a bit more of the game, so you can tell, is it worth trying to progress with that. And a lot of people back in the day would only get to a certain point and always would have wondered what was coming in the game next. So it's nice to see those sort of bits. And if on the live stream things are disastrous or I want to speak for a bit longer, I might put a poke on it. So it does happen every now and again there. But with the Commodore 64, I don't know if that does have pokes on it. Certainly when we did the Atari 2600, there was no pokes there, and I'm unable to do it on the Amiga, although they do have the occasional cheats, the Amiga ones, and the Mega Drive. But anyway, I have to force myself to be a little bit better on those ones. Right. World Cup Carnival still better than Peter Beardsley's? Well, that's a bit of a worry. I'm trying to remember if I reviewed that or not. I have reviewed quite a few stinker games on the channel. Yeah. There's another one called World Cup Maradona. That was quite bad as well. That was quite bad. Most Commodore 64 games come with trainers. So that's good. That's good to know. I certainly need a trainer. I think actually Bear Bother, which we're going to look at next, that's got a couple of modes on it there where you can actually play it where the things don't actually kill you. It's an interesting game, that one, but as I say, I think the music might drive you up the wall, so I'm not sure how long we'll stay with it, but I'll be guided by you. Right, we've got off the stage again. Well done, Nick. He does it again. Did. Right, we spent so long on Plunder, I'm a little bit behind where I needed to be, but never mind, we're having a bit of fun anyway. It sometimes happens a bit like that. Plunder wasn't one you could sort of have a quick look at it was a bit more involved. And it's pretty much, if we ever covered the Wild Bunch would be a bit like that as well, which quite possibly we will do. Okay. Yeah, there's I don't know if you've seen it or caught sight of it. We're doing just a single game live stream on the Thursdays, which is a game I'm pretty good at, which we don't have to do pokes for. Well, I'm good at it up to a point. Is Stunt Car Racer. Those will probably last about an hour and 20 or an hour and 30 minutes there, and I'm just trying to get to Division 1 and then eventually win Division 1, and then we're out of there. So it's like a blundering series, if you were familiar with them in the channel. We did quite a long time ago, but live, and at the end of each time I save it as it's called a snapshot, and then I just continue where I left off the next week. Generally, I get a chance at 3 attempts at the league, and then we do that stream. Right, okay, good, whoa. So there's quite a few games there. I do try and, thank you, I do try and get a mix there where we are. But I'm getting the hang of this one, But Plunder was quite good, and Horace and the Robots was a great game, wasn't it, as well. So two really good ones. Of course, it's quite easy to do the well-known ones each time, the Jet Set Willies, Commando, Ghost and Goblins, which we have done. So we might drop into those every now and again. Oh dear. Game over. Right, okay, good stuff. So let's have a go at Bear Bother then. Let me know if the music drives you completely and utterly crazy. You'll notice straight away its similarities to Burger Time. It's by Arctic Computing in 1883. The keys are Q, A, O, P and space, so even a Dimbo would know what to do. I've just got to find where I've actually put it. It should be in alphabetical order, one would have thought. So Bear Bother, and Bother spelt with 2 V's. Yes, okay. Right, so has the football kicked off yet? Notice there might be a bit of trouble when that sort of like happens. Right, Bear Bother, I found it. Dooby-doob-doob-doob. Right, okay, so we're going to be on keyboard. Enter to continue. Now, you can do Baby Bear mode, which means nothing kills you, written by John Rittman, or you can do Big Bear mode, and we're going to do Big Bear mode there. But essentially, there is, it is great spelling, essentially there is a car down the bottom of the track, and you have to get the battery. I'm duff at explaining this. It's probably better if I just play the game. So here I come in my car in the bottom there, and it's playing when the teddy bears have their picnic. Now, let me know if the music drives you utterly and completely crazy. The first time, a bit of clash here, but it's okay. The first time, we've got to do it one battery at a time, so we need to get that battery there. Now, you do have a number of bombs that you can let off. So I can let off a bomb like that, and that blows them up. I left it off a bit late. So hopefully I can do at least... Oh man, this is just a practice go. I'm dying quite quickly here. It is one for the nightmares. There's a bomb there. That blows up. That hasn't taken anyone out. I've blown myself up. This isn't going very well at all, is it? So there's guys in green trousers and magenta shorts, and this is very, very difficult here. It is Colour Clash Central, right. So I don't know if they're homing on me on purpose. Oh no, throw us a bone, as Dr. Evil would say. Oh, there's a crocodile now. It looks like someone dressed up that crocodile. So this is one of those games where I might necessarily need to put a cheat mode on here because I'm progressing nowhere, am I? Today's the day the teddy bear's done something or rather. Right, this is about as far as I got before. I think they home on you a bit too quick, these guys. Let's try and lead them somewhere else. Let's lead them over here, and maybe they'll follow me. Are they going to come over here? I'll lure them over here. Right. Oh, come on, lads. Right. Go like the clappers. Right, that's what you do. You lure them away from the batteries, and then you get it like this. Right, okay. So that drops down one. It's going to drop down another one. Right, we've got the hang of this now. And now this should drop into the car like it does there. And then we get back in the car and we drive to the next battery station. And the next battery station. There, the music is terrible. The music is terrible. So as soon as I can't turn the music off. As soon as you tell me enough, should I get out of this game? If you want me to get out of the game, type in "get out the game," and then I will do, because the music is horrendous in this, absolutely horrendous. Let me know. I think the milk just gives you some more energy. I don't know what the milk does. It gives you some more energy, I think, which you certainly need. Right, okay. Right, you can't turn the music off. You can't turn the music off in this, I don't think. I've tried M, I've tried Enter, I've tried a number of these. Right. We'll just do one stage then, and then we'll get out. We'll get out of here. We'll get out of here. Oh my goodness. Right, okay. Okay, okie dokie. Right. Hi David, sorry, I'm a bit late on the scene there. I missed your comment. I think I was just trying to nurse my ears from Maximum Superbleed. Tom thinks the music's jolly. Milk makes them, yeah, it could make the sound louder. Yeah. Well done, Channel Fadge. Yeah, that could work. Look, I've got no chance of getting out of here now. They're not going away, this mob. Look. Leave me alone, as Michael Jackson once sang. Leave me alone. Just stop dogging me around. Look. Oh, look at that. Right. You've been bothered, and that's me there. I don't think, to be fair, I think you've pretty much seen what that game offers. And I think it'd be, of me subjecting you to more of that is not really what the doctors ordered, is it? Yeah. So there we go. There's Bear Bother. Hopefully it doesn't call you too much bother. I haven't got it loaded up this time, but I think I need to have a look at Load Runner at some point, because that's a good game. I think it's called Load Runner. It's like a stickman game. You go up and down ladders collecting stuff, which is that's pretty good. So there we go. So we're going to be zigging and we're going to be zagging across the maze. We're zigzagging. Quite odd controls this, so I'm going to have to no A, Z, O, and P. Right. So in this, if you looked at 3D Pac-Man, we had to look at briefly the other day in a live stream. We'll do Load Runner next week. I've just got to remember it. I've just thought of it just now, to be honest. Well, I thought of it earlier, but I didn't prepare it better. We're going to look at Zigzag, going through a maze, a bit like 3D Pac-Man, if you're familiar with that, we looked at previously. But you need to catch these things called scarabags, who will give you a code, and then you can use that to get through a certain bit of the map. So it's a bit like a hunt and destroy sort of thing going on. Right, Zigzag. So we're looking at two games beginning with the letter Z today, Zigzag and Synapse. Right, which Synapse we look at later if we've got any time, which hopefully we have done. So Q, A, O, P and space. I think this does a demo first of all. So this isn't me playing, this is the thing doing a demo. You can see your path in the map up the top here. So the music might be again with you, but it only does this at the start when we shoot. And that's a scarabag. And occasionally there'll be robots about the place. So S to start. S to start. Right. Okay, so you can see where I'm going. It's that white line. And it's animated quite well. Now, what's good about this is the maze is like black and white stripes down it, which gives it a bit of a sense of depth. I'm looking for the scarabags, and it does run very fast. You're quite right. This is 1984. There's a scarabag, right? So I don't know where it went. We need to follow this thing, and then it's going to give us a bit of a code. There he is. Can you give us a code? There's an option to shoot him if you want to, which I have done. So the code is, well, it's green, I think. Or 6, was it? Right. So that's one of those gone, and he immediately disappears. And I think we have to find another one, or it might just give, well, just find us a little bit on the X of the maze. Thank you, Julie. That's Kick Things ticking over for that super chat with a nice smiley face, which looks a bit like Gobbleman, or is it Pac-Man? It's one of those two, but I think they're closely related. Right, there's another scarabag here. Round the corner we go. Don't lose sight of him. He will try and give us the slip. Don't let him give you the slip. There he goes. Right, and there's another bit. Did he give us a bit of it? I don't know. I'm not sure I should have shot him, to be fair. Right, now we have to find a bit of the maze. I think the maze goes yellow after a bit. And I must admit, I'm now getting a bit lost in this game straight away. But as a kid, I would have played this quite a lot. It's funny you mentioned Doom, Dave, and Neil. I think that came out on the SNES, didn't it? Or the Nintendo 64, so I need to track that down. So I've killed 2 of the scarabags. I'm trying to find out where I'm going on that bit of maze there. Okay, right. Yeah, I think I'm a bit lost. So where haven't I been so far? It's going to go yellow at some point. Doom isn't great on the SNES. Oh no, what's wrong with it? Is it the sound or the animation not very good? Oh dear, I think I got a bit stuck with this one. I can't quite see where to go. Where do you go? Don't hurt me no more. Not that way. Not that way. That way you can go. What about this way? No, let's go this way. Trust me, when you go the right way, the maze does eventually go yellow. Okay, right. That's not good to hear, Dave. Yeah, and or Neil. Oh dear, so it's quite bad. Oh, I was looking forward to that one because I'm quite a big fan of Doom. There was a demo on the ZX Spectrum, I think, come out in 1996 that I reviewed, and that I'm not sure if you've seen that or not. That was mightily impressive. If you want to have a look at that on the channel, that was doing some crazy stuff. Well, Spectrum was doing much more than it normally does. Oh man, I'm sure when I reviewed this, I got out the maze quite quickly. Maybe I'll do a bit of firing. That might attract someone. No, it's a puny laser, isn't it? I'm just going around in circles now. I won't even pretend that I'm not. Where are the scarabags? Oh dear. Shall we get out of here quite soon? It's just me lost in a maze. Maybe I should. Oh, look at that thing. I think I might have killed that, or it killed me. Now there must be a way of doing this. Maybe that green arrow is the key. Let's just try and go wherever that green arrow tells us to go. Let's wait a bit. It's telling us to go that way. It's not telling us to go anywhere now. Right, that way. That way. Oh yeah, okay. We've got. There we go. Yellow. So we have to look to see. I remember it well. Right. So we got into the arrow. So there might be some more scarabags now. So keep an eye on the arrows. Good. Right. Oh, I'm so good at gameplay. It's great. Oh, I found a bit like Muttley then. Right. Okay. Right. Let's just find out where are we? Oh. I don't mean, did Doom come out on the Mega Drive? I haven't reviewed it yet on the Mega Drive. Yeah. I'll quite like to have a look at that. Right, that's one of the scarabags done. There's an option to kill him, I always do, I don't know why. It's not the most humane thing to do, but it might come back to haunt me in another game. Right, green arrow that way. Green arrow that way. So we need, I think generally there's about 2 of these scarabags on each section that you need to find. We did run into them already. There was something patrolling the ship there. Okay, right. Yeah, I love Doom. I love Doom. I think I first played it on the Game Boy Advance, I think, a long time ago. I just like that classic early feel. It's very square back then, but then of course Tomb Raider come along, didn't it? And it really upped the ante and changed everything forever. Oh man, I got kaboomed again. I don't like getting kaboomed. Kabooms can really end your day. Right. Oh, there must be a scarabag round here. So, oh, there he is. Right. Which way did he go? Oh, he's giving me the slip, the little... There he is. Right. Get ready. Don't let him lose you. Right, there's a code. That's green. Right, kaboof. Right, so... Keep an eye on the green arrows for a bit of clues where to go. That way. I'm not sure these green arrows are helping, but I pretend they will. Yeah, we're getting clobbered a bit by these patrol guards, really. We're not quickly on the laser quick enough. We've got a very weak weapon. Okay, right. It'd be great to do a Doom live stream at some point. It really would. Yeah, PS1 if you want some Doom action. Thanks, Neil. Funny enough, I have got Doom on the PlayStation 4, which I've played a few times. I don't think I've ever live streamed it. Not live streamed it. I've done a recording on Doom, but that was fantastic. But I only got up to a certain point. I think it got to the point where every time because I was playing it so infrequently, it kept doing upgrades and stuff, and I'm a rather impatient person. Yeah, okay. Doom. I do like. I talk about Doom, but I do like the top-down similar ones to that as well, which is sort of like Doom but at a different angle. Alien Breeds on the Commodore Amiga. I like Gauntlet on the Spectrum, and what's that game? Wolfenstein. Oh no, I'm getting clobbered. I do like that effect when he comes out and blasts you. There we go. So I think if we don't see a Scaramag soon, we'll come out of here and we'll look at another homebrew called Turbo Mania, which is another maze game really, where it's not like Pac-Man, but you're controlling a Formula 1 car going around a maze, and instead of collecting pills to get to the next stage, it's just all about covering. You leave a blue trail behind you. You've got to cover all the screen really. So okay. Duke Nukem. Oh yeah, Duke Nukem. I played that on the PlayStation 1. That was great. Oh yeah, I did review Duke Nukem. There were a few of them, wasn't there? There's a few of them there. I think it was at that point where I wasn't reviewing any PlayStation games, and someone subscribed at the time, which hasn't commented for quite some time, so I hope they're okay. They sent me a load of PlayStation 1 games, and I gradually went through reviewing them all. There was Cool Borders 3. That was a good one to look at. I had great fun with that. Yeah, there was quite a few. There was quite a few in there. Where are these Scaramags? They're not anywhere to be seen, are they? Right, okay, we'll just give it a couple of more moments then. If no Scaramags turn up, or no other bits of the maze, then we'll get out of here. Get out of here! Yeah. So, I've said it before, but sometimes people say to me, Nick, because you review so much stuff, aren't you worried that you're going to run out of games? Not really. There's loads and loads of games, and we can always look at games more than once, can't we? If that is the case. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Bonehead. That'll be good. If we can get more people in here, that'll be absolutely fantastico. Because we have a bit of fun, don't we? We have a bit of fun, ease a bit of stress, and yeah, it's all great stuff. It's all great stuff. It's all great stuff. And of course, the more people that are in there, of course, the more chance it gives me to continue. I think YouTube might push it a little bit in the search as well. What I would say as well, anyone that's now listened to this after it's been archived, oh good, blue. Anyone listening to this once it's been archived, thank you for watching and tracking this down. All the live streams go into a live stream playlist. If you want to catch up on all of them, if you're insane enough, then feel free to do so. Good luck with that. Good. They tend to go for about 2 hours at a time unless I get carried away. I think the longest one so far has been for about when did the longest one go? About 2 hours, 10 minutes, I think, the longest one so far. You never know. Once start doing PlayStation stuff, in particular Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit on the PlayStation 1, then that's when it could start getting a bit long without me actually realising it there. Right, okay, but got to finish on time today because I've got to prepare the stinker stream, which might be for an hour or an hour and a half, depending on how many people are there. Right, okay. Oh, we've lost the Scarabag. Where has he gone? Scarabag, can he do the fandango? Send a bolt of lightning, very, very frightening me. Galileo, Figaro. There he is, follow him. Scaramag's got a devil for a side for me. I'll let you continue that song. Take that, fella. Down, down, da down, down, da down, down, da down, down, down. Right, there we go. So we've had... What am I talking about? I'd be a psychiatrist's nightmare, really. I can imagine sitting on a psychiatrist's chair, and then he will not know what the hell's going on. Anyway, never mind. It's not insanity, is it? It's just quirkiness. As long as you can control it, that's fine. It's stress, isn't it? Anyway, I used to be quite sensible once, and then I went up to big school. Never mind. Dear. Right. Okay. What we'll do. I hope we've seen enough of that one. That was good fun. I could be playing Zigzag forever, but the sound is a little bit grating. Let's have a look at a homebrew, and it's a good homebrew. It's Turbo Mania. Good. So let's reset that one. I'm not sure this is on 128. We'll soon find out. It's by Jonathan Caldwell in 2005, and he's the reason why there's quite a lot of homebrews about, because he made something called AGD, which is like a platform generation game. He's done quite a few utilities, really, where people who don't know much in programming can put together a fairly decent platform game there. So yeah, if you want to check that one out, you can do. Right. Okay. We want to be sane for who wants to be sane forever? Well, I don't think Planet Earth was designed really for sane people in mind. As long as you don't go over the edge, it's good to look over the cliff, but as long as you don't fall over the edge, I think that's absolutely fine, isn't it? Right, so Turbo Mania, redefine the keys and we will do. It's quite a smart looking game, this one. Reviewed it quite a long time ago. Transform, that means you can change the maze on the fly. Sometimes it rearranges you into a dead end, right? So it's a bit like Pac-Man, but instead we're in a sort of like car. Formula 1. Right, okay, so I'm the black car up the top there. Right, so don't hit any of the other blue cars, which essentially are the ghosts in the Pac-Man thing. Nice bit of shadowing on this as well. Basically, I think you know already, without me telling you, but we must get the whole maze to turn from yellow to blue. Now there are... Oh, that stopped them in their tracks. Now, there are... Not all the power-ups are good. There is one that undoes all the helpful work that you've done before. You can see on the bottom left, it tells you how many flags that you've got. 2. And I think that's for extra bonus points. But real nice game, this. Jonathan Caldwell, 2005. Now, we won't rearrange the map unless we get into big trouble. Looks like the cars aren't coming at us directly. They're on some set path. I haven't said that though. They got a bit close then. You don't want to get yourself into dead ends. There we go. And I think after each maze that you do, hopefully I can do it. I'm making good progress here. It gives you like a mini game. It's like a memory game. So just one square left. I think you might be limited on the amount of transforms, Dave. You're quite right. So you're obviously familiar with this game. It's quite nice. It's quite nice. I do like it, Gumdio. That's quite nice. Right, bonus lights. Stop lights on green for extra bonus. I've stopped it on green for an extra bonus. Reminds me of Lawnmower. Yeah, I don't know that game. Oops. I was looking at the wrong car then. Right, I've got one less car, starting on the top. Right, you can do a transform. It transforms the maze like that, and I've immediately transformed me into a problem. Oh dear. Oh dear me. See, don't get too clever. Only use your hurrah. Only use your transforms when you need to. That was wasted me. Nick was just showing off. Right. Oh, look at that. It's all going a bit wrong now. I think well, game over already. There we go. I thought that was going a bit too well. Enter great driving. Empty your name, Nick. Yeah, so try and stay off the transform. I think that's not really necessary. I do like that old BBC Formula 1 music. Do 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 do. You don't always get the same memory games. Sometimes you have to remember where things are. Now, is that the thing that makes the whole game go back to the beginning again? No, it isn't. Right, okay. So at this point in time, there's only 2 cars coming at us. I think later on there might be a few more. It has gone Pete Tong, definitely. So yeah, I hope you're liking these live streams. It seems like you are. So obviously, I'm doing an okay job. I try and, as I say, do a good mix of games, and we're having a good bit of fun as well, aren't we? There, good stuff. No live videos going up today. Of course, Tuesday tends to be my rest day. Yes, occasionally I do have one of those. But yeah, tomorrow there will be a ZX Spectrum game going up. Yeah, there's a homebrew going up on Wednesday. members of the channel know what that's going to be already. There, if you want to know what memberships are like, then click on join. It doesn't commit you straight away, but there's a video telling all about it. Remember these signs. And then Thursday, we're looking at, I can't remember. It's either a SNES game or Nintendo 64. Now, where was that? If I looked at SNES last week, it's Nintendo 64 this week. That's all I can say, and vice versa. Right, did it. Right, okay, round we go. Let's go round again. And this time there's 3 cars. Who sung that song? Let's go round again. It's Take That, isn't it, Nikki? Oh no, you sung a Take That song. Relight my fire. Something. I've lost my hairdryer. That was the song, wasn't it, by them? It's to up the sales of hairdryers, I think, back in the day. I can't even get off the second stage now. Ugh. Well, let's have a few more goes of that because it warrants it. And after that, I think we've got just enough time to squeeze in a rather marvellous horizontal shooter called Synapse, and that's where I might use a poke for the first time in the evening. But anyway, we'll have a few goes on that without pokes first of all. But this game seems to be my sort of like standard when there's just 2 racers against you. When it gets to 3 racers on the track, because I need to clip you by the merest of margins, then it all goes what's it said, Pete Tom. Evening, Duncan. Good evening to you. Good evening to you. Right, this game is called Turbo Mania, homebrew, 2005. Good stuff. This car hasn't got a laser gun on it. I think the camera might make me start again, so I don't want to do that. It certainly doesn't take my photo, that is for sure. Right, there's a flag there. Right, flag's gone up, so it must be important to collect those flags. So, yes, I don't know who Tommy Chung is. Who's Tommy Chung? Right, stop. This will freeze them. Right, that freezes them in their tracks. My fuel's going down. There are some upgrades to increase your fuel at some point. So if you hang around, you're in trouble. Now, it's at this stage where I could get into a dead end where I might have to transform. Transform! So that's when transforming worked. But it's also undone some of the good work that I've done previously, which wasn't too clever. Yeah, don't transform if you don't have to. That's what I said to Dr. Jekyll, but he didn't listen. He didn't listen to me. How did I die? Oh, I ran out of fuel, didn't I? I ran out of fuel. Cheech and Chung. I ran out of fuel. Right. Oh man, don't say he's not even going to get off the first stage. There's an extra flag. It's all about capturing the flag. Whenever I go over flags, it reminds me a little bit of Buggy Boy. And also as well, I don't know if you had Battlefront 2 on the PlayStation 2, but there was this mode called Capture the Flag where you had to capture the flag. Well done. That's all you need to know about that. What a story that was. Excellent. You should get me a party. I'd get some great anecdotes. I've got loads like that. Right. Let's go. Man. Let's go and take this thing out. Right. What is the P power up? I'm not quite sure. Right. Remember all those. If it turns out again, I'll try and remember. Right. Oh, where the hell was that? I'm a man in his 40s. I can't remember that sort of stuff. That's wrong. I felt like it was like the twins all the time. Right, okay. Did. Now, it's this point where it starts getting a little bit too tricky for me. There's 3 cars on the loose. Transform! Oh, too late. Game over. Right, okay. So I can get level 1 done quite easily, can't I? I just got no hope of level 2. Have you played this game? If so, how far have you got? Because I've got a funny feeling that it might be quite a load of levels to this thing. So I'm not really doing Jonathan Caldwell proud. You might be a coder watching this, or you might just be a casual watcher. I'm sort of like a casual game player. I don't really do too much programming. But I have done one great bit of programming, which you've seen quite often. It's called Border 2, where essentially it makes the border go red. If you want to know that program, I'm happy to tell you it at some sort of like point. I've got a few other ones like that. I've got another program I did that made the border go magenta, but it's quite advanced programming. So, you know, let's get this trophy, which we've got. Hurrah! Hurrah, hooray, hurrah, hurrah for us. Good, right, through here. There we go. Right, don't go in a dead end. There we go. He can't get me there. Where's that? Let's go down. Oops. No. There's no limit. Right, what's that P do? We'll find out. It does whatever that did. Right, I'll have a look at the fuel. There might be an upgrade we do where the fuel goes up. But, right, please, release me. Let me go. Come on, right, they've driven straight past. Good. Would you like to do this in real life, in a maze, in a car, driving around and getting stuff? Wonderful. Thank you, Neil. It's been quiet for a while, but thank you. That's excellent stuff, and I like that sticker. What is it? A little dog or I think it's a dog, isn't it? Right. So, I've got to stop 3 trophy symbols, right? Missed it. I got a camera. No, yes, yo, yes, no. What was that? That was in the Vicar of Dibley, wasn't it? That character. Yes, no. All the characters were good in the Vicar of Dibley. I love that show. Unfortunately, there's a few of them that are no longer with us, are they? I think the guy that used to play, was the farmer. What was his name in that show? He played Trigger in Only Fools and Horses. I loved him. And also, he was in an episode of Doctor Who, where, believe it or not, he played the leader of the Cybermen, which was quite good seeing him there. And he acted it really, really well. Great stuff. Oh, how Trigger. Right, free cars now. Right, don't run out of fuel. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, that was a bit too close for comfort, was it? David Lloyd. Well done, Tom. David Lloyd, yeah. And there was the nutty girl in it, Alice. I think that actress unfortunately died as well, didn't she? So it's one of those things, unfortunately, that can't be remade now, because you can't recast those 2 characters. It'd just be I think too different, I think. Right, Vicar of Dibley. Right, that's a note to myself. There's bound to be some clips on YouTube. I doubt they've got the full episode, so yeah, I might have to have a watch of some of those at some point. Good stuff. I'm watching the men behaving badly on there. That's quite good. And also as well, which we sort of mentioned yesterday in yesterday's stream, bottom there's the stage plays there are up. I think some of the full episodes are up as well, but the person's tried to avoid copyright detection, I think, and made the screen really, really small. So I can hardly see it, and I think they might have sped it up as well. So it's a bit hard. Oh, am I going to do this stage now? There we go. He's done. Thank you. Thanks, Neil. It is appreciated. Because I used to talk so much in the pre-recorded stuff, people used to doubt that I was talking and playing at the same time. But hopefully now these live streams of anything have proved, no, he is talking and playing the game at the same time. That's what he's doing, right? There we go. So that's one good thing, isn't it? There we go. I've quite a few people who said that. Another odd thing as well, which I've mentioned before, but if you haven't heard it, I'll say it again, is a few people accuse me of scripting all the things. I mean, the amount of stuff I'd have to write down in a script for the amount of rubbish I say would be absolutely incredible. But anyway, I'm glad they thought it was good enough to be in a script. Great stuff. Right, okay, so I'm getting gradually better at this thing, aren't I? Maybe just talking and playing. I'm slowly getting into the groove like Madonna used to do. She used to step into the groove, didn't she, before she had to prove stuff. Game over dudes. Right, okay, so I think we will play Synapse then. The time is going past super duper fast again. Let's reset that as I try and read my notes to see what the keys are on Synapse. But I think you might be able to read, I think you can redefine them. So Synapse is by Houston Consultants in 1987. It's got loads of colour. Yeah, thanks, Neil. It's got loads of colour there, so I hope you like it. It's one of those ones that I didn't know back in the day, and we ended up reviewing it because so many people were nominating it to have a look at. I think it also came out on the Commodore Amiga, but yeah, thanks, Rosie. I'll write that down. Don't wear pointy bras. Right, good. Thank you. I can't guarantee it. What was I saying about Synapse? Yeah, it came out on the Commodore Amiga as well. I don't think it was quite as good because it wasn't pushing the Amiga as much as it possibly could have. But good music on this, good music. Houston Consultants, they come up with quite a few good games. Right, one player, that's me. It doesn't seem to be very responsive. Hopefully it works. I've always got a reserve game in hand if it doesn't work, and quite often it's one that I've covered before. But when stuff's live streaming, it's all a bit on the hop, really. You hope stuff will work, but you're never 100% sure. We seem to be stuck in a bit of a loop here. S to start, 0 to start. Right, prepare for combat. Right, okay. Let's reload it. It hasn't quite loaded properly. Oh dear, we could be in a bit of bother. We could be in a bit of bother here, folks. But Synapse, when it plays, is a good game. Diddly did. One player. I was hoping for something that redefines the keys that comes up. Generally, that's what happens, isn't it? When I tested this earlier, I think it did work. I could just redefine the keys straight away. Why is it not working? It's not working. Is there a button I should hit? K for keyboard, R for redefine keys. Right, one player. I can do that. Oh, if so, I think if it just chucks us into the game, we might have to work out the controls as we go along. They've stolen some graphics from Starquake, have they? Oh, it might be reserved. It might be reserved game time. I can't get this to actually enter past the one player bit. Let's put this in. Maybe if we reset the computer completely. Let's try that. Ah, it was going so well, wasn't it? Really, it was maybe going a bit too well. Right, one last go, and if it don't, I can't get it to work, then we'll zip into something else. Maybe look at Batty to finish this off on, because that's another good breakout clone, isn't it? Right, one or two players. I'll type it in one. Now, why isn't it going anywhere else? Things that make you go as the song once said. Enter one. Yeah, according to what I've written down. Nah, it's just going around in circles, isn't it, folks? It's just going around in circles. I'm spinning around. No da 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 da. Oh man. Maybe if I put it in 48K mode. Maybe I put it in 48 mode there. Never work with children or Zynaps. Let's put it. I think we'll put it in 48K mode. See if we get any joy there. As I told you the last time, we'll just have one last go on it. Oh man, right. I was safer on the 7 Seas with cannons falling overboard, wasn't I? Really. One player. Come on. Come on. Come on, Eileen. Do 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 do. Da, da, da. Right, I think we're going to have to abandon this. It worked earlier on. I'll get it tested, and we'll probably have a go at it next week. Right, so get that on the list. Zynaps. Right, okay. So we got a bit of free time now, haven't we? Space is fine. Right, thank you, Stephen. Let's try that. I just reset it, but let's just try that then. I'm sure I was hitting space and that didn't work. Let's go surfing now. Everybody show me how. Everybody party with me. QAOP, work on yours. Yeah, I'm hitting one player. No, it's not doing it. It's not. Oh look, prepare for fight. Right, QAOP, is it? Yeah, it's not working. Right, okay. I mean, this game worked so good earlier on, and now it's sort of like frozen. Right. Okay. So we will get out of there, but I will test it again. But when I tested it earlier on, I'm sure it let me redefine the keys, and I did a lot of stuff. So let's try and find a replacement game then to get us out. I think someone missed earlier on Horace and the Robots. So let's go back onto Horace and the Robots then for those that missed it. Do a bit of exploring, and then there will be there. But there will be another stream later on, looking at a few stinkers. Might be an hour, might be a bit longer, but it just depends how many people are there. So yeah, Horace and the Robots a bit earlier on. Great graphic there, spinning around. Yeah, R-Type on the Spectrum. That's very tricky, isn't it, R-Type? But yeah, let's have a look on this one then. QA, OP and Space. Steve Snake again, so we've shown this game quite a bit of love. There we go. And getting a nice retro buzz of this as Horace runs around like some crazy fella from back in the day. So I think generally we tend to cover a Horace game on every stream really. So as I said before, do try and check out some of the Horace games. Someone did mention in the comments that they missed it at the start. Who was that? Who missed this at the start? If they've left again, then maybe we could load something else differently, because you've probably seen all this sort of stuff before. Yeah, Zynaps, definitely we'll try and get that loading for next Monday as we take these robots apart in the stream with great style. Take him out, yeah. Take me out. Do 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 do. It was Channel Fadge. It was. Is Channel Fadge still here? Well, if you are Channel Fadge still here, here's what you missed earlier on. If you're not here, well, you've missed it again. How could you miss it twice? Anyway, we tried. Right, here goes. Kaboom. I suppose you could see it in the what's the words I'm trying to say? You could see it in the archive bit, couldn't you? You could see it in the archive. Fun. Right, so that was a shame. I mean, Synapse was working like a good one earlier on. It's just when you go live, you never know what's going to happen, do you really? So this is like an encore for Horace. He was second in today after Gobbleman, and that seemed like hours ago. And he was the second man in to up the ante, and now he's rounding off the stream. And there we go. So, I have written it down what games I might like to cover a bit later on. If you want to look at that, the stinkers. I'm not saying we're going to get to all of them. There's World Cup Carnival, 3D Pool. That was awful. We'll probably look at Renegade 3. Completely different from the other Renegade games, of course, because you're doing hand-to-hand fighting with dinosaurs. Yes, dinosaurs. Why? Why are you killing dinosaurs? I'm fighting dinosaurs. I don't know. Yeah. Thanks, Julie. Thanks for dropping by, and the super chats. They're always nice to see you. Thank you, Julie. Fantastico. Have a good evening. And what are the other ones? We're looking at Mola Mall. I might have a look at that one because we looked at Battle of the Toothpaste Tube before. That game is all about cleaning teeth. So kids that were scared of the dentist won't like that game. So we're looking at Mola Mall in the stinker stream. International Speedway is another one we could potentially look at there. That's a rather awful motorbike game where it's really hard to overtake people. The Flintstones, where there's a level where you just paint a wall. I've got something to choose from, really. Neighbours, that was a terrible game. You go around on a skateboard, and possibly Grange Hill. So, we might look at a few of those later on. I'm not saying we're going to look at all of them, but there's so many. I won't be looking at Botham's cricket because I can't get any control out of that whatsoever. But in terms of stinkiness, that does stink pretty bad. Now, the Adventures of St Bernard, Tom, I haven't had a chance to look at that, and we haven't reviewed it yet on the channel. The only game we've done to date, which I haven't reviewed yet on the channel, was Final Fight. But I tend to review them first, so I know at least what I'm going to get. But that one, along with another one that was recommended called Dougal and the Magic Roundabout, both of them look like they stink quite heavily. So I do need to have a look at them. Maybe not both on the same week. You're right, Gumdio. Flintstones is like watching paint dry. That's another terrible game. So if you're in later on, we might be looking at that. But I've got more games than the time available on look at. If we end up going for 2 hours, then potentially I could do that. But I don't know how long we're going to go. I don't know how many people will be in there and what the support will be like. But if we're in, we're in. The Magic Roundabout, all up right. We've got to the blue aliens again, the blue robots. But the Magic Roundabout won't be featuring the live stream later on, but could be featuring in a future one. Yeah. Dave, I'm aiming to start it at 9 o'clock. If the internet's not very good, because I don't know how the football is, if it's no good at 9 o'clock, I'll have another go at 10 o'clock. But potentially 9 o'clock that I'm gonna jump forward. So let's just have another go at Horace and the robots. Right. Did you say that if I shoot all of these, I get a screen bonus? Well, I better do that then, because at least I've done that. Right. Come on. We don't want Evil Otto to turn up, do we? Giant's Revenge was the worst game you ever bought. Well, I don't know that one. It sounds like... Oh, no, look. Let's get around him. Oh. I was trying to shoot all the people on the stage there. It sounds like one I need to now to download as well. So many terrible games in so little time. There's quite a lot of good games, but I think the terrible games get neglected a bit. So it'd be nice to see Mola Mall as well. So, yeah, I don't know how long, as I say, I don't know how long the stream will be later on. It all depends on what the internet speed is like as well. But if there's loads and loads of people in there, we might try and do another couple of hours. I know, crazy I know. Yeah. You're right, Dave. They don't tend to kill themselves too badly walking into walls here, do they? They've got a bit more intelligence. And Evil Otto turns up a bit quicker. On the Atari 2600 version, you could have different modes. And on that one, Evil Otto might not necessarily turn up. Here, hey, bonus 70, you're quite right. So all this time, yeah. It was a sequel to Jack and the Beanstalk. Well, that's all you need to tell me, Jason, really. The sequel to Jack and the Beanstalk, yeah. Some people like that game. I sometimes get berated for saying it's so bad, but you know, the disappointment I had. Oh, we walked into the wall there. The disappointment I had as a kid when I brought that game home. It's just still with me today. It was absolutely horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. It was only $1.99, but you can imagine then $1.99 was a lot of money back then. Well, saying that, it is now. Oh man, I'm in trouble. But anyway, it was a lot. It was more money back then. That is for sure. Right. Take that. I tell you what. I always think of this film when I'm playing games like this. That film, The Black Hole from 1979 by Disney, before they bought Star Wars and all those sort of games. I love that. I want to watch that again. The Black Hole. That is pretty good. I prefer Hunchback 2 to the original Hunchback. I think there. Okay, so yeah. I hope you liked having a look at that stream. We've gone roughly the 2 hours. We looked at Gobbleman, Horace and the Robots, Plunder, Impact as well. That was a good one. We looked at Horace and the Robots twice, didn't we, really? Bear Bother, spelt with 2 V's, Zigzag, Turbomania, and Synapse there. So, hello there. Oh, hello there, Dom. Unfortunately, we're just winding up now. We started at 6, but there will be another stream starting at 9. We're going to look at stinker games, possibly going for an hour. If there's a lot of people there, we'll jump back in and, well, we'll do a couple of hours if there's a lot of people then doing 9 to 11. The stream will get archived, so people that have missed a whole lot or want to see little bits can see that. I'll say thanks again to everyone that's done the super chats. I always appreciate that, and just thank you for watching anyway. So good night, everyone. Will be another one at 9. If you're there, great. If you're not there, well, have a good evening anyway. And yeah, I'll see you soon. And until next time, take great care of yourself. Really great. I really lifts my spirits these. So really great. Until next time, take great care of yourself. And a very fond goodbye. Yeah, catch you later, Dom, if you're there. No pressure. If you're there, then fantastic. I'll shout ya a hello. So yep. How long have I been saying goodbye now for? Quite some time. Okay. Nick, wind up. End it. It's like being on the phone. No, you say goodbye. No, you say goodbye. No, you say goodbye. You say it first. No, I will say it. Until next time. Take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.